Once the problem with PK Jain with the police is, it has begun to think that once it has got a case in its hand, it will decide where the case goes. And anybody who asks questions is crossing the line. Now, in this particular case, I think those fanciful thoughts of the Mumbai police will have to be kept at rest. The Mumbai police has done a disastrous investigation so far. It has tried to make this look like a reverse engineering of a suicide situation. And I can tell you today, it's very easy for the Mumbai police to put a stamp on the suicide theory. If you want to know, then please hear from Jia's mother and a father. And with me on the debate today, viewers, are Rabia Khan and Tipu, parents of Jia Khan. And now, in the case of Jia, for those who may not be aware of the details, viewers, June 2013, Jia Khan, upcoming actress, was found hanging for 7 years. 7 years Rabia has been fighting for justice. It's a really lonely battle, let me tell you. And it's really difficult to fight the system here in Mumbai when the whole system is against you. I just want both of you to share what happened in your case. Because from the evidence at hand, even I don't believe, many of our viewers even today don't believe that Jia killed herself. Would you like to share something, please?
Yes. I have been fighting for 7.5 years. And we have given every evidence. We did more homework for police and CBI than they have done. And that has actually shocked them because we have given every evidence, every forensic evidences, which clearly says that these injury marks are not consistent with the ligature. Even the post-mortem report does indicate all these injuries and the measurements of the ligature and everything. So my thing is to CBI, then reconstruct it. Reconstruct and see whether these injuries and these kind of measurements can come with this kind of ligature that was around Jia. Even in the High Court, the police was saying that it was a rope. And my counselor said, no, I'm sorry, Your Lord, it was a muslin dupatta. So, they go to that extent of distorting the facts and evidence. My husband will tell you more about the forensic discrepancies that they have done, including with the JJ Hospital forensic doctor. They were looking for tailor-made reports, and they tried to get tailor-made reports. When the PGI forensic expert said that you show us the ligature, you show us the evidence and the crime scene pictures, we will conclude our report. They went to that extent that they put charge sheet and put inconclusive report and said it's a case of suicide. Tipu, you tell them about histopathology.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Arnav, you said it correctly earlier. You said this looks like a reverse-engineered suicide story. And it looks like a déjà vu from what's happening in Jia's case. It seems to be exactly the same pattern now in Sushant's case. And what happened in Jia's case, as we all know, the police had labeled the case a suicide from early on without any investigation. Even their own post-mortem doctors who had done the post-mortem and said all the injuries on Jia were ante-mortem. Yeah. In the police statement, the post-mortem doctor said that some of the injuries could be due to a blunt object with round margins. Now, how do you explain an injury from a blunt object with a soft dupatta? Well, of course, the police never bothered to find out what that blunt object could be. And up until now, in 7 years, no one has ever come up with a plausible and credible explanation for those injuries. And they said even the abrasions on Jia's neck would be caused by a hard object. So all of this is not explainable with a soft dupatta. Nevertheless, they called it a suicide. And then when CBI got involved, same story. CBI started out their investigation in September 2014. It took them until April 15, so 7 months, to even start doing some forensic investigation. The mandate the High Court had given to CBI was very precise. They said find out whether this was a homicidal or suicidal case. And logically, what you first do is find out what the forensics are, and you treat the case as a homicide unless proven otherwise. If you can rule out homicide beyond every reasonable doubt, then the only remaining possibility by process of elimination could be a suicide. But again, it seems like they reverse engineered a suicide story, and it's the evidence, or so-called evidence, fits their story. Just a few.
Well, Tipu and Rabia, as I'm listening to you, every single point that you are making here today could be transposed on the Sushant Singh Rajput case.
Yes.
You know, I have this feeling, Rabia and Tipu, that's the sense I get.